Yes, please clap for yourself. The very nucleus of this beautiful scripture is it has given a comprehensive knowledge of the grandest concept called Om Karum. What exactly is Om Karum? Om Karum is the womb. Om Karum is the source. Om Karum is the womb. Om Karum is the source of all the light particles or the light beings and of all the creation. The Om Karum is the alpha state from which everything has taken its birth. And the grandest thing is, I am that beautiful source. I am the Om Karum. I am the Om Karum. It is me, the beautiful, grandest Om Karum, has begun to introspect, has begun to contemplate, has begun to manifest, has begun to penetrate deeper into myself. Then the degree of manifestation, when the degree of manifestation is on a higher scale, this grandest Omkar has transformed itself into a beautiful, everlasting God. And this beautiful, and me, the Omkara, me, the beautiful God, has further penetrated deeply into myself or itself. Then I have transformed myself, transfigured myself into a beautiful consciousness, spirit or soul. My dear grandest, beautiful, divine beings, the most loveliest entities the earth planet has ever seen, the most enlightened beings. Your life is always eventful life. Your life is always eventful life. This Mandukya Upanishad is a beautiful scripture, which is a teaching taught by the realized God. And the very crux of this beautiful teaching is, this scripture deals with a beautiful teaching which says that the womb of this universe, the womb of all the light beings, the so-called gods, is nothing but Omkar. And it also says that this Omkar is an immortal being. It never ever gets perished. It is going to exist forever. It is going to exist forever. Because it is forever, it has a mystical dimension. It has a mystical dimension. The vista which has happened, which will happen, if you visualize everything from this dimension, is this scripture. Is this scripture. If you visualize everything from the dimension of Omkar, the vista we accomplish is this Mandukya Upanishad. And this Mandukya Upanishad says that your source is Omkar. But he has directly articulated that it is not your source, you are the Omkar. You are the Omkar. Omichetadaksharam idam sarvam. You are the Omkar. And the astonishing thing is, the entire universe, the entire creation, all the conscious levels, all the conscious beings, all the light particles, all the light particles, everything, from the dust particle to a star, everything is Omkar. Everything is Omkar. In the very first sloka, he has taught us a truth that everything is Omkar. Nothing is exempted from this divine principle. The so-called past, present and future is this Omkar. If there is something which is beyond this past, present and future, it is still Omkar. The fourth is past. The fourth state is that which is beyond past, present and future is fourth state. That Atitam is again Omkar. And the astonishing thing is, this beautiful Omkar has 7 dimensions. Has 7 dimensions. 7 phases. But still, it is celebrating with it oneness. Saptanga ekona vimshati mukha. Please utter that. That Om Karum has 7 perceptions. 7 perceptions. And the moment you have realized that you are the Omkar, the moment you also realize that the source of everything is again Omkar, you will realize that you are father of this creation. You are the source of this creation. You are the womb of this creation. Then the first fragrance which happens within you is, you will not have a tendency of judging someone. What is judging? Coming to a conclusion basing on its appearance, basing on its behavior, basing on its tendencies is called as judging. This is a very important statement. I would love, please write it down. What is a judgment? Coming to a conclusion basing on the physical appearance, features, tendencies of one particular object is called as judgment.
Coming to a conclusion basing on physical appearance, features, tendencies of one particular object is judgment.
Is judgment. It's called as judgment. It's called as judgment. So you'll not come to any judgments. When you have realized that you are the father of the universe, when you have realized that you are the very source of the entire creation, then basing on the physical appearance, basing on the tendencies, basing on the features, basing on its behavior, you will not come to any judgments. You will not take any judgments. I have already explained you what exactly is judgment. Coming to a conclusion, permanent conclusion, basing on the physical appearance, tendencies of an object is called as judgment. What happens if you have a tendency of judging others? It becomes truth for you. So, the first and foremost is, we will not be judging others. The other thing is, in every object, in every entity, we will see ourselves, because every entity now has become a mirror. They have become to, when you have realized that everyone is your mirror, then you will not have a tendency of finding an error in them. When you have realized that everyone is your mirror, okay? And the grandest saint has also explained the so-called past, present and future. Past is already that which has already been created. Present is now you are exploring and visualizing it as on date. It is already being explored, but yet to be expressed. That is called as present. It is already being explored, but it is yet to be expressed. That is called as present. Future is those are miracles, those mysticals, those phenomena which are yet to be explored are called as future. The past, present and future, and there is something which is beyond this past, present and future. Even that is Omkar. The more and more you realize that you are the Omkar, you should also realize that you have nothing to do with the tendencies of the embodiment. You have nothing to do with the characteristics of your character. Because that which has taken birth is your embodiment. That which is suffering with death is your embodiment. You are beyond. The more and more this separation happens, the more and more your unification happens with the Omkar, all your spiritual craziness, they get vanished. Because you wanted to become something, now you have realized that you are greater than what you wanted to become. You are greater than what you wanted to become. Then the tranquility happens. Your journey has started. The first phase of your journey is Omkar, and the final product of your journey is Mahashivam. This is your journey. So, this is a wonderful teaching, a beautiful scripture. So again, on a daily basis, I'm just teaching you the crux of this grandest, beautiful phenomenon teaching. That's it. Shubham Jayavastu. Close your eyes.
तदक्षरमिदं सर्वं तस्योपव्याख्यानम् भूतं भवद्भविष्यदिति सर्वमोङ्कार एव यच्चान्यत्रिकालातीतं तदप्योङ्कार एव ब्रह्मा अयमात्मा ब्रह्मा सोऽयमात्मा चतुष्पात् जागरितस्थानो बहिः प्रज्ञः सप्ताङ्ग एकोनविंशतिमुखः स्थूलभुग्वैश्वानरः प्रथमः पादः स्वप्नः स्थानोऽन्तः प्रज्ञः सप्ताङ्ग एकोनविंशतिमुखः प्रविविक्तभुक्तैजसो द्वितीयः पादः यत्र सुप्तो न कञ्चन कामं कामयते न कञ्चन स्वप्नं पश्यति तत् सुषुप्तम् सुषुप्तस्थान एकीभूतः प्रज्ञानघन एवानन्दमयो ह्यानन्दभुक् चेतोमुखः प्राज्ञस्तृतीयः पादः येष सर्वेश्वर येष सर्वज्ञ ఏష సర్వేశ్వర ఏష సర్వజ్ఞ ఏషోంతర్యామ్యేష योनिः सर्वस्य प्रभवाप्ययो हि भूतानाम्। नान्तः प्रज्ञं न बहिः प्रज्ञः नो भयतः प्रज्ञा न प्रज्ञानघनं न प्रज्ञं नाप्रज्ञम् अदृष्टम् अव्यवहार्यम् अग्राह्यम् अलक्षणम् अचिन्त्यम् अव्यपदेश्यम् एकात्मप्रत्ययसारम् प्रपञ्चोपशमम् शान्तं शिवम् अद्वैतं चतुर्थं मन्यन्ते स आत्मा स विज्ञेयः। सोऽयमात्मा अध्यक्षरम् ओङ्कारोऽधिमात्रम् पादामात्रमात्रश्च पादा अकार उकारो मकार इति। जागरितस्थानो वैश्वानरो अकारः प्रथमा मात्रा आप्तेरादिमत्वाद्वाप्नोति ह वै सर्वान् कामानादिश्च भवति य एवं वेद। स्वप्नस्थानोस्तैजस उकारो द्वितीया मात्रा उत्कर्षादुभयत्वाद् वावुत्कर्षति ह वै ज्ञानसन्ततिं समानश्च भवति नास्या ब्रह्मवित्कुले भवति य एवं वेद। सुषुप्तस्थानः प्राज्ञो मकारस्तृतीया मात्रा मितेरपीतेर्वा विनोति हवाइदं सर्वमपीतिश्च भवति य एवं वेद। अमात्रश्चतुर्थो व्यवहार्यः प्रपञ्चोपशमः शिवोद्वैत వేద.
Clap for yourself. The source of joy is also being taught by the Rishi. When one has become several, when one has created several, when one has become several, when one is when one is successful in identifying itself in everything, then it has given it something that is called as joy, bliss, ecstasy. See, personality has a tendency to utter something nonsense. But every time the personality talks to you, you have got to realize that there is a catch in it. That there is a catch. Every time the personality utters, you got to realize that there is a catch. Every time the personality, it is not competent authority to probe into your truth. Because it is always satisfied when you identify yourself as human being, when you identify yourself as a sinner, when you identify yourself as this embodiment. Further probing, even it never get convinced. So the more and more you are adopting the knowledge pertaining to your true source, then it pretends as if it has a doubt. But it doubts our sanctity. It doesn't have any doubt. Without any doubt, it doubts our sanctity. That is why you got to realize that every time the personality wants to interfere and wants you to probe into your source, you have got to realize that it has a catch. It has a catch. That's it. Resilience. Love to enrich yourself with a beautiful, grandest quality called resilience. You should proudly declare that I'm enriched with the tons of resilience. You got to realize that in modern language it can be termed as it is like coding. It's like a coding. So the second phase, the second modus operandi of the spirit is it has a beautiful capacity called visualization. It can visualize something. The dream of the divine state is called as creation. When the divinity is in the state of dream, it is called as creation. This sloka specifically has coded the creative inherent energy of God as U. As U. And one more thing you have got to realize is, if you could understand that you are the Om Karum, you are the father of everything, you are captivated in everything, then when you are able to figure out Om Karum in everything, then by default you will also realize you will not be judging. And from your point of view, even a dust particle is greater as the beautiful star. So everything is divine. Everything is Om Karum. So you will not have a tendency of judging. So you will see divinity even in a dust particle, even in a sun and moon. So that is the beauty of this particular knowledge. Okay? And one more thing is, once if you enrich yourself with the knowledge of your true source, once if you enrich yourself with the knowledge of your true source, the embodiment may get perished. In your further journey, you may take different incarnations. Necessarily, incarnation cannot be misunderstood as if the human incarnation. When you are evolving, you will go to different planes. Wherever you go, whatever may be the situation, still you will be reminded of your knowledge of your source. That is the beauty and grandness of this sloka. This is 10th sloka. Okay? Shubham Jayas.
स्वप्नस्थानोस्तैजसा उकारो द्वितीया मात्रा उत्कर्षादुभयत्वाद् वा उत्कर्षति हवै ज्ञानसन्ततिं समानश्च भवति नास्या ब्रह्मवित्कुले भवति य एवं वेद सुषुप्तस्थानः प्राज्ञो मकारस्तृतीया मात्रा मितेरपीतेर्वामिनोति हवाइदम् सर्वमपीतिश्च भवति य एवं वेद
In a particular phase, the frog becomes like a living dead. Nobody will be able to. The moment you see it, you'll see that it is dead. You'll realize that it is dead only. In that state, supposing if it has tasted a drop of rain, then immediately it becomes rejuvenated. It gets resurrected. In the same way, the human being, for eons together, he is not conscious about his consciousness. He has forgotten his true self. He is just living as a machine, just living as an embodiment. But if you teach Mandukya Upanishad, the elixir to that entity, instantaneously he will regain, he will resurrect, he will again, the God within him will begin to flourish. That is why this beautiful teaching has been compared with that Mandukam. Okay? That's it. Shubham Jayastu. Thank you. In the life of a frog, a particular state will come where it will lose its life almost. Almost it is like living dead. That state is called as hibernation. It is not sleeping. In the life of a frog, a stage will come where it experiences hibernation, where it almost loses its life. It is like living dead. Even if we cut it into pieces, it will not respond. In the hibernation state, if it happens to taste a small drop of rain, it gets resurrected instantaneously. In the same way, this knowledge also is like an elixir. For a human being, he has lost his consciousness. If this is being taught to a human being, instantaneously he regains his original consciousness. That is the teaching. Shubham Jayastu.